Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here. Got some great stuff to go through today. Now, we do know that the Ultraman drop has been postponed for today until next week at the same time. I will touch upon that, but what I want to focus on is OMI's price is literally set to appreciate massively. And I know everyone says that, oh, OMI going to the moon, OMI going to the moon, but I try and back up what I say with logical reasoning, my analysis, etc. And there is one update which I have been talking about that is definitely going to push OMI's price. And I'm going to explain that exactly with the tokenomics as well. So, firstly, we had three updates. So, one, it has been postponed, the Ultraman drop. Two, the marketplace is opening to all users. And I was saying this 100%. I told you guys that the way that feature development, feature releases work is they roll it out to 1 to 5% of users, then they roll it out to everyone. And they have done sufficient testing. So now they can roll it out to literally everyone. And that is exactly what I've been going on about. And along with that, what I've been going on about is OMI to gem conversions. That is coming back. And this, obviously, they need it because it lines up very, very closely with their whole model for how their application is going to progress onto the master collector program, because they need OMI to gem conversion for that to work well. So I will touch upon this and how this relates to the tokenomic model and how this is going to help the value of OMI appreciate massively. Now, I just wanted to touch on something I saw on Reddit, and this is something that other people have reported. So what's been happening is there are people who have been bidding on NFT auctions and they're not paying. And traditionally, sites like eBay, etc., people can do that, but then you get penalized. They put a penalty on your account. They won't let you, bid on your auctions for a week, whatever it is. So people have been doing that now. They've been penalizing them, but I did suggest a change to Reese from Ecomi in order to have a reserve gem wallet. So if you want to bid on 100 gems for an NFT, say there's a Mermicon, it's 100 gems, you want to bid on it, you need to then reserve that 100 gems in a separate, maybe a separate wallet, or just reserve it somewhere. That 100 gems you cannot touch until you cancel your bid. And once the auction is over, that 100 gems that has been reserved will automatically be transacted to the seller through some form of smart contract, maybe. Basically just automate the process, because if their team is spending time manually dealing with people who are not paying for what they've bidded on, then that is time wasted on the team. They could be spending that time more productively elsewhere. That is something that I definitely wanted to talk about. And now this is the big one. So people, I have been seeing this all the time. If you are in the UK or Europe, you are paying more than $1 per gem. If you're in the US, then you're paying $1 per gem. And if you're using iOS, you have, iOS App Store fees. All of this stuff is annoying for people who are trying to buy NFTs. And the only way to buy NFTs right now is gems. You can't do gem to OMI conversion, but we know that gem to OMI and OMI to gem conversion is coming out next week. So why does that mean that the price of OMI is going to shoot up? Let me just explain to you. So I will link this in the description below. So this is an explanation of the tokenomics and exactly how it works. Now, let's say you want to buy some NFTs. There's an Ultraman drop. You want to buy, 100 gems worth of an Ultraman. So you buy your gems first through the App Store. You probably get ripped off by App Store fees first. And then the gems go to your wallet. Now you buy your NFT. What they do is they convert the gems to OMI, but they convert it using the in-app reserve, not the circulating supply. So the circulating supply is not affected at this stage. And then, they'll convert it to OMI. You get your NFT, and then that NFT goes to the Vault wallet, and then eventually they use some of the amount that was purchased for buybacks, and some of it is used for burns. Now, none of this, until it gets to the buyback part, none of it actually affects the circulating supply. Now, let's go back to the point of purchasing, purchasing gems, but having the option to convert OMI to gems. What people can do instead is go to an exchange. They can buy, say, $100 worth of OMI on the exchange and then convert it to gems. Why would they do that? Firstly is the cheaper fees. You're not getting ripped off by the App Store. So a lot of people are going to be doing that. And secondly, by having OMI, well, I guess this is also related to fees, but by having OMI through the exchange, it just makes it easier because exchange fees are typically lower than the app stores as well. And you can send it back and forth. And by having OMI, people are going to have that OMI because they're expecting the price of it to go up. So in a way, for a lot of people, holding OMI is better than holding gems because your purchasing power will increase versus traditional currency where your purchasing power decreases due to inflation every year. But Ecomi's OMI token is a deflationary currency, so the value of it goes up over time. So it's actually better to hold OMI versus holding something that's stable like gems as well. So that's another aspect to take into consideration. But because they have to buy OMI on this, the actual secondary market, they're affecting the circulating supply, not the reserve supply. And the circulating supply is what caused the price to go up. So I see loads of people buying OMI. I myself am going to buy OMI to convert to gems because I don't like getting ripped off by the App Store. And by doing that, by buying it directly from the circulating supply and using it, that is going to cause more demand on the circulating supply, which causes the price of it to go up. So that is something else to take into consideration, because I am predicting now that when this OMI to gem conversion comes up, the price of OMI is going to start to appreciate. And lastly, I just want to touch on the price of OMI. So yesterday we saw that the price did break the trend line. I spoke about that. But as soon as we got the delay on the Ultraman drop, the price of it has come down. It is still a far way away from this support line. I believe what is probably going to happen is if it does come down here, I will set some pending buys. But I believe it's probably going to come out down to this region here, this support line, around about the 0.62 cent line. And then from there, it's probably going to retest here, or assuming the big news comes out soon, because we are coming into the final third of April, then I see us breaking and coming back onto this trend line, and then maybe re-breaking and retesting the support here at the all-time high, well, not the all-time high, at the 0.9 cents level. So that can all happen relatively soon within this month, because this is all within the next few days. So exciting times ahead. Now, lastly, if you are following, and if you're new, then please do subscribe to support my content and keep updated. And like always, guys, I will keep you updated with anything new I find out. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.